Salam alaikum, Tyson Fury. You know and I know that Anthony Pussy War will not sign the paper tomorrow. Take my challenge. I'm ready for you.
Today is D-Day, people! Fucking D-Day! You're gonna sign the contract, you big pussy? Or are you not gonna sign it? When Wilder sent me the contract for Wilder 1, I signed it within 24 hours because I wanted to smash his face in. You've had the contract 10 days now, bitch. Still ain't signed it. If it's not done by 5 o'clock today, GK's moving on. He fancies himself as a bit of a J hussy, but really, he's just a big bodybuilding pussy. Get up! So guys, bodybuilder, today's a drop dead day. Get your lawyers, get your managers, and get everybody who thinks for you to sign that contract. I'm not extending till tomorrow. I'm not extending till Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, a week on Tuesday. Today is a drop dead date. And if it ain't signed, I ain't going to tomorrow. Just had Frank Warren on the phone. I am not going till tomorrow. Sign it, bitch. Sign it. Or else tomorrow is another day. And it's off the table. You big shithouse.
Anthony Pussy War. You have the chance to fight the best WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury. Sign the paper. If not, go out and let Will's men fight. Tyson Fury. Come on. Let's get...
What's that, Emmanuel Charr? How good's Tyson Fury?
So,
Anthony Pussy War. You have the chance to fight the best WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury.
The best.
Sign the paper. If not, go out and let Will's men fight. Tyson Fury. Come on, let's get...
well guys, it's official. D-Day has come and gone. It's gone past 5 o'clock Monday. No contract has been signed. It's officially over for Joshua. He's now out in the cold with the Wolfpack. Forget about it. Idiot. Coward. Shithouse. Bodybuilder. Always knew it. Always knew he didn't have the minerals to fight the Gypsy King. Regardless of what the fuck you say now, I don't really care. Good luck with your career and your life. End of. Peace out.
Ooh, what's good, family? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out to your man, the YB, #1 sugar mama in the game right now. Taking your man, the YB's big bets coming in hotly, yeah? Lizzie Curran come through with the big coins, all the coins, much needed, 100%. Big jacket on, times are cold out here, no energy. Listen, end of the day, man, and no one got their monies for no energy bills. Yeah, the jumper goes on, 100%. YB, why you got a big thick jumper on? No bills, 100%. Anyway, we just heard there from Tyson Fury, and if it wasn't for Joyce at the weekend, I'd be frothing. Joyce has given me some hope in the game that there's some real, hard, honest men who just want to get in there and do what they say. Yeah, Joyce said he's going for the KO. He goes in there when it was looking like he you know what I mean? When it was kind of looking like he might not get the KO. Next thing we know, he comes out like a bat out of hell. And by the way, he did that multiple times. He did that in, I think, round 6 or round 7. Ismail Salas told him, listen, Joe is finished. Parker's finished. Go out there and get him. Joyce stuck it on him on the 6th or 7th. And then ultimately, again in the 11th. And got the guy out of there. Yeah, he gets my full salutage. Because no one in this game be doing it like that. No one be doing it. Simple as that. Yeah? He set about Parker and got his ass out of there, all the way out of there. So like I said, if it wasn't for Joyce giving me some hope in the game, yeah, I'd be fully pissed right now. I've been telling you, man, for a while. And people who really know what I'm about know this. I judge things on a case-by-case basis. I ain't got no friends in this game. If Tyson Fury was an honest guy, yeah, who was bang on things, I'd tell you, he's an honest guy who's bang on things. But there's a reason I said to you, I've been saying for a while now, I judge Tyson Fury, #1, what he does in the ring, but that is completely separate to everything else. Outside of the ring, the guy is a clown. He had no intention of fighting AJ. That's what's apparent, people, because I'm sorry, I've been telling you, man, for the last week now, I said to you, people didn't believe me. YB, what are you talking about? Fury ain't fighting Charr. I said to you, Fury's been posting Charr for the last, ever since, in fact, before Fury even called out AJ, yeah, he was talking about fighting Charr back in September 2nd. Why is that relevant? Well, do you think it's a coincidence? Before Fury even called out Charr, yeah, before Fury even mentioned AJ 60-40, he was already posting Charr. And all the time since then, he's been posting Charr. Relevance? Well, you telling me it's a pure coincidence? All of a sudden now, he fighting Charr? No, the plan, this is how, Fury ain't stupid. He's an irritating MFer, but he ain't stupid. Fury's plan was, okay, Fury versus Charr sucks, and it honestly does suck. I'm disgraced in that fight. Honestly, I'm disgraced. When you got people like Joyce knocking around, yeah, who in my opinion, trust me, I've got more videos coming soon, but for what it's worth, in my opinion, Joyce is the most achieved non-world champion. The most achieved pre-world champion in the history of the sport. I don't believe there's anyone in the history of heavyweight boxing, yeah, who has knocked out someone the quality of Daniel Dubois and the quality of Joseph Parker before getting to a world championship opportunity, and particularly in 15 fights as well. No one's done it in the history of the game. And meanwhile, you've got Manuel Charr, Manuel Charr, 50 years old. He's had his chance. Who's Manuel Charr beat? Has Manuel Charr knocked out Dubois? Has Manuel Charr knocked out Joyce? No. So what is he in the running for? If Fury was a true fighting man, he'd be saying, listen, Joey, listen, Mr. Joyce, me and you, January, me and you, December 17th, or whatever. That's what he'd be doing. He wouldn't be doing Manuel Charr. Who even is the guy? Who is he? Manuel Charr's been knocking around. I remember 5 years ago, Manuel Charr and I think Shannon Briggs were knocking around trying to nick a belt. Or nick the WBA regular. Manuel Charr's been knocking about, fighting bums, not doing a lot, hanging around. And now, listen, I'm the first person to say AJ is no good. But as no good as AJ is, Charr, you're useless. I mean, Charr, Anthony Pussy, or very nice. Listen, Mr. Very Nice, yeah? AJ is what he is, but what have you really been doing? Fair enough, yeah? If Joyce comes out, yeah? Or even anyone with any substance, if they come out and air out AJ, absolutely. But who are you? Do you know what I mean? Who's that guy to sit there and talk about anything? About pussy you are? Because whatever you say about AJ, he'll knock your ass out. I'm going to be honest with you, Mr. Charr. Yeah? Mr. Very Nice or Anthony Pussy or very not like Hamash. Yeah, listen, Mr. Hamash. Yeah? Stop talking about buying people's wives and what you want to focus on. Who's he beat? And it's despicable that Fury's even entertaining this. But the whole shtick for Fury was, and is, he thought, Fury versus Charr sucks, and it does suck. Rather than coming out and saying, listen people, my fight versus Charr's gonna suck, and no one wants it, but I'm gonna throw it to you anyway, because that's the kind of guy I am. Rather than say that, guess what he'd be doing? He thought, AJ's kind of hanging around, not doing a lot at the moment. Let me try and cuck the fans again. I wouldn't mind you if this was the first time. Fury's been cucking us for the last 5 years to do with this fight. Yeah? Baiting and switching and I'm retired, I'm back, I'm doing all that. Way too much. This ain't the first time. And every time it's to do with him, I'm sorry, I don't believe. AJ is desperate for this fight. He's gagging. AJ's, especially at 60-40, and really that gave it away. When Fury offered 60-40, I should have known then really he wasn't serious. I didn't know for sure, but at the time, you man know I questioned it. I said, what? I can't understand. Fury, yeah, who's one of the tightest guys. Categorically, Fury, yeah, is proper tight. He don't give nothing away to no one. He's one of the tightest individuals in the history of the game, and that's fine. That's his right to do. But I'm thinking, why is the tightest guy in the history of the game, the man who loves money, fiends for money, yeah, why would he be giving AJ 40% when he's worth 10 or 20 tops? And bear in mind, Dillian White's mandatory with 20%. AJ isn't in a mandatory position. Oops. So how's he going to get mandatory money? He's 10%. AJ right now is a 10% guy. So like I said, I knew that it was something that's offered me. And it wasn't the fact that Fury offered 40%. Fury was offering, he was begging almost to give away 40%. So I'm thinking, why is Tyson Fury, the man who's at the absolute peak of his career, Why is he begging to give AJ 40%? When at the time, 3 years ago, when AJ had all the belts, yeah? When AJ was at the peak of his career, even then, Fury was quibbling saying, oh, AJ's only going to get 40. So at the minute, AJ at the peak of his career, Fury wanted to give him 40%. Now AJ's completely worthless. Fury's gagging, oh, please AJ, fight me for 60-40. We should have known then. You know what I mean? It never made no sense. The tightest guy in the world overpaying some random pumped up weightlifter 4 times over. No, the reason Fury did that, again, he sits there and he contrives it all. I don't think he does it like with a pen and paper, but he knows how things sound. He knows how things looked. And he posted up and thought, ooh, now, I've got no intention of fighting AJ. What we'll do is, listen, Fury had to make it believable. Yeah, and that's where the 60-40 came from. He thought, I'll cuck all the fans, and all the low IQ fans will be saying, oh, AJ's ducked. Oh yeah, we know AJ's ducked because look how good Fury was. Fury gave him everything. Fury overpaid him, and the fight still couldn't happen. Yeah, that was all part of Fury's plan. Fury knows the big headline figure is a split. Okay, I'll give AJ a big split, so when the fight doesn't happen, and in fact, I even heard him saying it the other day. We gave AJ 60-40. And the minute for me, it becomes, I'm even more skeptical, yeah, when people start using key parts of the deal in their narrative. That tells me, in my opinion, he's been thinking about it beforehand, if you get what I'm saying. All of a sudden, Fury's throwing the 60-40 back in our face. Oh, I even gave him 60-40. Well, that's a convenient argument, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, so you weren't trying to do God's work and paying AJ really 40%. You're trying to use that as part of your narrative to sell this Charr fight. Ultimately, Fury wanted to fight Charr, and that's the reason his brother came out and said, I think Tyson going to fight Charr. Why would he know that? I said in my last video, why is Tyson Fury's family talking about the Charr fight? Where have they got that from? Clearly, the insider cats have known Fury's fighting Charr. Bottom line, that's been known for the last 3 weeks. Yeah? And again, rather than Fury coming out and saying, people, I'm going to put on a complete stinker of a fight, he thought, okay, I'll do it, I'll mug the fans off again, and I'll cuck them with a fake AJ fight. And then, Fury's narrative is, you even heard him here saying, oh, we've run out of time, I've got to bring someone else in. So his whole narrative now is, I'm fighting Charr, because the AJ fight was supposed to happen, but it's late notice now. Do you know what I'm saying? Rather than billing it a month ago and saying Fury versus Charr for the 2022 Stinker of the Year fight. Rather than doing that, he thought, ooh, it's a bit kind of organised to announce Charr now. Let's throw some confusion in the works. Let's make out I'm fighting AJ, and then 6-8 weeks before, pull out, sorry people, can't get a real opponent, it's rushed, so it's going to have to be Charr. That's what the whole thing's been at, the whole way along. I'm sorry. Because I don't believe, I'll be the first person, yeah, if Team AJ were bugging, I'll be the first person to say, you man, well, people who know me know, I don't care about Eddie Hearn. If, honestly, I was the one saying initially, I can't believe what Tyson Fury doing here, thinking he was being generous. Do you know what I'm saying? I was complaining, actually, that Fury was being too generous. But after all, who really here believes Fury is going to pay AJ 40%? Again, that for me is the bottom line here. There's absolutely no way Fury is paying AJ 40%. He had no intention of it. No intention whatsoever. Little things like Eddie Hearn said, DAZN and BT. And I said this a while ago. I said that the sticking point will be DAZN and BT. And to be honest, I didn't even think about it. But ESPN also. ESPN have an exclusive deal with Fury. There's no way ESPN are going to be sharing with DAZN. Why would ESPN share with DAZN? AJ's a bum nobody. Now it's different. If obviously AJ had 3 belts still, then ESPN and DAZN would work together. But at this point, when AJ single-handedly has crushed, if this fight was once a $300 million fight, this fight's now probably only 80 million. Whose fault's that? It's not Tyson Fury's fault. He's done everything he's supposed to do, knocked out all the bums. So AJ has single-handedly taken this fight from a $300 million fight to a $60 million fight. Why should Fury and Fury's team, i.e. BT and ESPN, be penalised for that? They shouldn't. So with that in mind, it's DAZN who I've heard be getting all the bad deals. Not bad, but it's the fair deals, i.e. Okay, before, ESPN and BT would have been happy to split 50-50 with the revenues. Now they're telling DAZN, listen, your man's bringing squats to the table, you're going to get 10%, 20%. And rightfully so, but the problem is, you see, DAZN they've already got sunken cash. They've got cash they've already laid out to AJ. So from their point of view, if we're only going to get 10%, they might as well take their chances and sell more AJ pay-per-views on their own. And at least then, if DAZN carry on with AJ, at least then they can use the Fury fight as the narrative, i.e., AJ comeback. AJ on the comeback to fight Fury. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas if DAZN allow AJ to fight Fury now, and AJ gets swamped twice or once, what's the narrative then? There is no big gold thing at the end of the tunnel, is there? That's done. There's no build-up narrative. Who's going to buy AJ? Of course there'll be some suckers, but for the most part, it gets cut in half. So the only way DAZN were going to do this Fury fight is if they were going to get a big whack and essentially cash AJ out, i.e. 50%. If they're going to get 10%, they might as well go in there, take their chances. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's where we find ourselves. But even having said that part, I'm not even sure Fury wants to get that far. Because Fury himself said, BT and DAZN are meeting on Monday, and if AJ doesn't sign on Monday, the fight's off. And you can see him here, this video here, he put out today, he jumped on it. Minute 5 o'clock was out. AJ hasn't signed, it's all over. So it's like, Fury hasn't been participating in this negotiation process with fair dealing. Because if he was, he'd know that, wait a minute, DAZN and BT, two bear moths. Yeah? These two cats are the bear moths of the network industry. Anyone who knows anything about institutional business, you're having a laugh if you think it gets done in one day. Yeah? And Fury knows that. He's been doing big deals for God knows how long. He knows nothing gets done in one day. So the fact he comes out and says that, and obviously all the low IQ Fury fans, AJ's lost his pen. Listen, AJ's desperate. AJ loves money and he loves getting beat. Listen, these are the things we know about AJ. He loves money. He loves the most money. Yeah? Another thing we know about AJ, he's got no shame to lose. Do you understand? If he had any shame to lose, he wouldn't have let Mr. Middleweight, Mr. Unknown Middleweight, turn him over twice. What's the relevance of them 2 points? Well, to say AJ's ducking, based on what? He wants money, he loves the most money, which would mean the Fury fight, and he loves losing. Now, if my man AJ, is happy to lose to Usyk for chicken feed relatively, and to a nobody middleweight, are you telling me he won't sign up to lose to Fury, who, by the way, isn't even a bad loss? Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry, I don't believe AJ losing his pen. I believe DAZN potentially is trying to string out. That's nothing to do with AJ though. AJ's essentially sold his ass to DAZN. That lifetime deal was AJ's ass. He can't do shit without them. Bottom line. That's the first thing. The second thing is, like I said, this for me has got nothing to do with AJ. If everything is normally in line, AJ will sign the contract. But realistically, let's not forget people as well. Team Fury took 10 days off. That's something many people are overlooking. Many people have forgotten. Team Fury came out and said, Fury's lying. That's what I mean, he's lying. He's lying and he doesn't remember what he says. Fury came out in the last 2 days around the Joyce fight and said, AJ's had the contract for 2 weeks. Well, wait a minute. The 2 weeks you said AJ had the contract, you said Frank Warren and Tyson Fury put out messages on their platforms, people, we haven't been doing any negotiations. Team AJ and Fury haven't undergone any negotiations because of the Queen's passing. So he hasn't had the contract for 2 weeks. Having a contract for 2 weeks is no good if you can't engage in communications back and forth. Negotiation, or the contract and negotiation process as such, it's literally back and forth, back and forth. You can probably have about 100 revisions, particularly if it's a bad contract. Who knows even more? And despite knowing all that, Fury comes out Monday deadline. Now, how many weeks is there? We've got the whole of October, the whole of November, and then probably another 2 weeks there. So we've got 10 weeks still. Eddie Hearn said, we've got 10 weeks until the fight date, yeah. Eddie Hearn said, and I agree, this fight sells out in 10 minutes. So it's not a case of, well, we need more time. If this fight, yeah, was on December 3rd, you could sell tickets a month before. And realistically, we're not even talking about a month before. If Fury gave this another week, yeah, what difference would that make? Yeah? End of the day, yeah, Fury knows. Fury could give this another week, yeah. For example, he could give it another 2 weeks. He could say, 8 weeks out, I'm going to make a final decision. In the meantime, he knows I'm fighting AJ or I'm fighting Charr. And with all due respect, yeah, they're both similar kind of guys in that sense. Big buff bodybuilders. It's not as if you're saying, well, YB, Fury's got a train between Wilder and Usyk. Two people who are completely different. No. You're fighting two big buff dudes, and they're pretty straight up and down, aren't they? Let's not also forget, Fury's been saying for years, AJ's his easiest fight. So don't tell me that you need to know 10 months before you're fighting AJ. And besides, you know it's AJ or Charr. So what's the issue here? And if anything, let's not also forget, in fact, this for me is the bullet in Fury's coffin. The fact that Fury's the one who insisted on December 3rd. So if you're worried about a bit of time, why don't you push it back to December 17th? Oops. I mean, for what it's worth, in my mind, yeah, bear in mind, people, this Charr fight's crap. So is the AJ fight. You man know my opinion. I didn't want either. I'm glad but what I'm not going to go along with, is the fact that before this fight was announced, or before they even talked about cucking us with this fight, yeah, I said I don't want to see it anyway. But what pisses me off even more than seeing it is the fact that we get cucked about it. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah? I didn't even want this shit fight, and you give me it, and then it's like, you're playing around. Like, what the fuck? I didn't want it. Part of me's glad it ain't happening, to be honest with you. It's a crap fight. Apart from the fact that Charr fight's even worse. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, now. Fight was shit anyway. Who wants to watch Anthony Joshua go in there and lose again? Who want to watch that? No one does. Equally, who wants to watch Manuel God knows who? I never heard of the guy. What's he done? What was the last win Charr got? Don't know and know. Yeah, there'll be some Fury goopers in the comment section. Oh, actually, I was trying to make out 100%. Anytime you say, yeah, one of Fury's bum opponents hasn't fought no one, there'll be some goober Fury man fan in the comment section. Actually, no, he fought this guy, acting as if they haven't just searched at BoxRec. Cut the cap. No, I guarantee you, not one of you goofies know who Charr's beat. Not one. Oh, actually, it's this guy. I did know. I knew anyway, yeah. I thought, no, you didn't. Bullshit. I guarantee you. If there was 10,000 people, yeah, that watch this video, not one of you, man, know Charr's last win. Facts. Yeah? Not one. All of you, man, oh, it's a boxer slapping the keyboard right now, trying to prove a point. It's shocking. So, yeah, Fury, what I don't understand is this fight's an easy fight for Fury. I don't know what is wrong with the guy. Part of me thinks he's addicted to the drama. That's what I think it is. I think Tyson Fury is addicted to creating drama and mess. I don't think he's addicted to fighting in the ring. I think he loves the push and the pull of it. That's the only explanation. It makes no sense what's gone on here. And number two, I think Fury is addicted to fighting bums. He loves to fight a bum. The bigger the bum, the better. Yeah? That's the other conclusion. That's the other only conclusion one can make. Fury is the original bum slayer, and I'm sick of it. WBC's a joke. This guy Charr has done nothing. What's he done? Again, no one knows who he's even beat. Never mind what's his... Charr? How the fuck... And that's one thing I don't rate about Fury. There's many other people out there, yeah. I'd rather see Fury versus Dubois, for example. Yeah? There's many... Fury versus Joyce. Fury versus Dubois. Fury versus any other guy. Who else is there? I'm trying to think. Top guys. There isn't that many top heavyweights, but that's the point. What's your excuse then? There isn't that many good ones. So how are you fighting? Where have you dragged Charr out from there? Do you know what I'm saying? Where have you dragged him from? It's not, in my opinion, it's not acceptable for these guys to be fighting once every 6 months. Once a year. Because even in December, Fury hasn't fought since April. That's 8 months. You're fighting 3 times every 2 years. And to be doing that, And fighting Charr, nah, man, that don't work. I got goofies telling me, oh, well, YB, he's fighting Usyk, is he? Yeah. The Usyk fight won't happen until the end of 2023. Because by the time Fury's finished fighting, he'll want a 6-month break. Usyk will want to get a fight in between. Then it'll be 6 months of bullshit negotiations. And then, maybe by the end of 2023, we get the first one. And then afterwards, Fury will retire for a year. And then he'll come back. And then it's all going to be a big mess. A complete mess. And the fact, no one wanted this AJ and Fury fight. But he went out of his way to cuck us. That's why I'm most pissed off right now. And I can't wait to see how the Fury weirdos spin this one. Because after the Dillian White fight, I was just starting to get back on things. I thought, okay, Fury's being more active now. He's performing well. There's less of the bullshit. And here we are. 8 months later. We're doing it. We're doing this whole charade bullshit again. Yeah. I can't see any way this is AJ's fault. I just can't understand it. Honestly, I'd prefer it to be AJ's fault. I'm the first one to jump on and have a go on AJ. I'd love it to be his fault. Listen, AJ, yeah, he's got no shame, he's got no pride. He is desperate for the highest bidder to pay and have a go on him. That's just the facts, people. And what gets me is a lot of you AJ fans, a lot of you Fury fans who go along and agree with me. Yeah, YB, AJ's desperate. Yeah, YB, AJ loves people having a go on him. Yeah, YB, AJ's got no shame. Yeah, YB, AJ's got no pride. Well, if you really understand what that means for all them things to be true, you know AJ can't be ducking this fight. There's no way. How can AJ duck this fight knowing the chances of him getting it again are close to zero? Don't forget, people, there's a reason he accepted it in the first place. If AJ didn't want this fight, why didn't AJ come out and say, oh, sorry? Let's not forget, people, AJ only fought at the end of August. If AJ was trying to duck this fight, he'd be well within his right to say, December 3rd, what? I've only just fought, I've had a hard fight, my eye was bust up or whatever, and I can't do it until January. At which point, Fury would have said no. That's all AJ had to do, and there would have been no real... In fact, at the time, no one was even asking for AJ to do the fight. People were saying, December's too close. It'd be one of the fastest turnarounds of recent history. So, someone explain to me, how is it possibly AJ? AJ ain't the one who's inserted a deadline. And fair enough, if the deadline made sense, I'll be the first one to agree. But we're not even 8 weeks out. We've got 9.5 weeks. 9.5, 10 weeks to the fight. That takes 1 day to sell. That Fury claims is his easiest fight. Why do you need more than 8 weeks notice for your easiest fight? Why are you installing unrealistic deadlines? Yeah? I'll just sign it. People don't just sign anything. And I wouldn't mind, but bear in mind, the way I feel about Fury, let's not forget, people, some of you weirdo Fury fans have got a very short memory. Back in December 2020, after AJ beat Pulev, AJ said, December 14th I think it was, after the AJ and Pulev fight, AJ said to Eddie Hearn, get this fight done by the end of the month, December 2020. And for the next 6 months, Fury said he was retired, Fury said this, Fury said that, and then about April, I think it was, May, AJ and Fury finally got signed after 6 months of bullshit. Yeah? 2-2s a month later in May, I believe it was, or May or June, Fury vs Wilder arbitration came out, and Fury couldn't do the fight. Why do I tell you that? Well, that was clearly Fury's fault. Whatever way you look at it. People say, oh, it wasn't his fault, it was the judges. No. It's your business. Yeah, Fury knew he had a signed contract with Wilder. Why was he trying to weasel out of something he signed? AKA it's his fault. And to be quite frank with you, if he wasn't sure, if you're telling him, oh, YB, it wasn't his fault, he didn't know, it was judges. It's a judge's fault for ruling against him. Listen, if you're not sure, if you've got pending legal cases, you don't sign another fight. You wait until the thing's played out. And you decline for the reason. Sorry, people, I can't cuck the fans. I don't want to piss people off. I'm not sure. Let's see how the arbitration goes. And then we'll take it from there. He didn't do that. He hype everyone up. He go up, he go down, he retired, he back. And then it don't work out. So, again, why am I telling you that? I'm saying it because it has relevance now. Fury should be feeling like, you know what, people, last time, whatever way you look at it, it was on my end, the fight didn't happen. Had absolutely nothing to do with AJ, people. Nothing to do with AJ. All of AJ's side was signed back in 2021. So the point is, you'd think now that Fury would be saying, you know what, I'd rather my fight be signed on Monday at 5 PM. But for what it's worth, bearing in mind, he was the one who brought it up. No one asked him to bring this fight up in December 3rd or whenever it was. No one asked him to do that. But bear in mind, he went out of his way to bring it up and kick up a fuss. He went out of his way to take a 10-day break in the middle of the period. So when you take, by the way, when you take out the 10-day period, yeah, the mourning period, the royal sucking off period, when you remove the royal sucking off period, yeah, where Tyson and Fury sucked off the Queen for 10 days, when you take that part out, it's only been about, 2 weeks? And anyone who knows anything about fights yet, to go from 0 to this kind of fight being set up in 2 weeks, when's that ever been done? Go on. Go on. In recent history, when there's a fight of this size, there isn't a rematch, it's not a trilogy where you've got all the infrastructure set up. When there's a fight of this size, yeah, been done from 0 to hero in 2 weeks, go on. I'd love to hear. All you Fury suckers or sucker offers, tell me when it's been done. Never. I bet never in the sport. Especially these days when it's all weirdo. There's a bunch of weirdos in the game. A bunch of weirdo females. Yeah? And even back in the day, it took longer than that, 2 weeks. So, like I said, you'd think, given the history, Fury would be saying now, you know what? I fucked about in 2021. I'm the one who brought this up in September. Let me at least make sure this time the failure is not on me. And that's what a man would do if he really cared about the sport as such. Yeah? I brought it up. I fucked up last time. Let me, if this fight's going to fail, let AJ fall on his own sword, clearly. Now, as far as I'm aware, there's no evidence AJ has fallen on any sword. AJ's conducting normal or trying to conduct a normal negotiation and business process. Yeah? It's not fair dealing to spring up deadlines on the day the big network companies meet. Who doing that? Fury, I wouldn't even mind so much, yeah? If Fury comes out, or if Fury comes out, yeah, or I'd have had a lot more respect for Fury if, for example, he came out at 5 PM today and said the fight's off because BT and DAZN agreed at 12 PM and everything's fine. Yeah? Sorry AJ, you've missed the deadline. BT told me at 12 PM all of their terms, all of DAZN's terms are sorted out and you had a final finished, fully agreed contract and you haven't signed it. That makes sense, doesn't it? For me personally, if AJ's got a fully, if all the networks are agreed, if everything's agreed, yeah, and AJ's got the fully finished contract in front of him, and he's playing around, I'll be the first one to say, pull it. Guess what? Fury hasn't said nothing about that. We don't know if the networks have agreed. We don't know if the contractual mess has been sorted out. So Fury ain't trying to be genuine. Because again, bottom line is it comes down to there's still 10 weeks, people. And I want to hear from you weirdo Fury man sucker offers. Yeah? All the Fury man sucker offers out there, yeah? Tell me, what difference would it make if this fight is signed with 8 weeks to go? Or currently it's about 9.5 weeks. What difference would it make to Fury? None. He's desperate to fight Manuel Charr. Yeah? Fury loves fighting bums. And it's been a while. We'll tell a lie. Oh no, I'll give him credit for White. Dillian White is a bum, but still, I'll give him credit for that. Fury's been on a little run of fighting good fights. He hasn't fought a bum in a while. Yeah, he's fought 2 Wilder fights and Dillian White. In my mind, that's a pretty good run. So Fury's got the itch now. He's thinking, oh, I need a bum in there. Yeah? Oh, what's that? Oh, AJ. If I fight AJ, that'll be Wilder. That'll be Wilder. Dillian White and then AJ. Oh, that don't sit right with me. It's like Fury wants to have a crap resume. It's like he wants to reduce his legacy. It's really odd. Right now, bear in mind, Fury says he hasn't got long left in the game. He should be trying to rack up key wins. Knock Dubois out. tried to knock Joyce out. Do you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, that'd be a legendary move. Yeah? I'm not even so interested in AJ. I think Fury's legend grows, or Fury's legacy will be worth more a year from now if AJ's able to go away and prove himself. Go and knock that AJ out. Right now, you should be focusing on beating top informed people like Joyce, like Dubois for what it's worth. Do you know what I'm saying? Dubois just knocked out Trevor Bowman. At least he's knocking someone out. Yeah? Go and focus on that. That's what he should be doing. Not trying to play around with AJ and then cuck everyone and fake news everyone and fight Charr. It's despicable behaviour. And it's shocking that the WBC are even allowing it, to be honest with you. This whole rule, boxing isn't deep enough for a top 10 to count. The WBC allows anyone from the top 10, yeah? I've got an issue with that. Because this isn't the 80s and 90s where there's a lot of girth in the game. Or rather, where there's less belts. Now you got 4 belts, so to be top 10, that's pretty much 40 damn people. There isn't 40 top people. In my opinion, it should be champions should follow the UFC model, i.e. champions ain't fighting any less than top 3. Yeah? Top 3 is usually as deep as it goes. If you hit number 2 or number 3, you ain't getting a shot, and rightfully so. Yeah? Fury should be fighting number 2 or number 3. Who's Charr? Done nothing. The guy's done nothing. In my opinion, Charr's most likely sucked someone off at the WBC. Yeah? If Charr is actually a mandatory, he has sucked someone off. He has sucked Maurizio off. Look at this guy. Big shaved chest looking ass. Yeah? Mr. Shaved Chest, Mr. Shaved Eyebrows has sucked Maurizio Suleiman off. That's what if I was to bet right now, if I was a betting man, I'd bet this guy here, Mr. Shaved Eyebrows, has sucked Maurizio Suleiman off. Proper. Yeah? He got his clean shaven booty hole out and Maurizio popped him in right in it. That's the bottom line. That's the only way this fight happens. Yeah? Man, I like very nice. You know what? Scrap this. Let's listen to what Mr. Very Nice had to say. Yeah? Because he talked too much.
Fury. You know, and I know
I like
that Anthony Pussy. Salam alaikum, Tyson Fury. You know, and I know
how much
that Anthony Pussy War
very nice.
Will not sign the paper tomorrow. Take my challenge. I'm ready for you.
I'm ready. Listen.
Today is D-Day.
Listen. That's what Mr. Manuel Charles, clean-shaven booty hole, was saying to Maurizio. Yeah, I'm ready for you. I'm ready. I'm 100%. Yeah? Anyway, I'm done with this whole game. Honestly, if it weren't for Mr. Joe Joyce right now reviving me, I'll be on the brink right now. Joe Joyce is the man. Fury, you're a clown. It's a shame to say that, but you are outside of the ring, yeah. And from now on, the only place I want to hear from Tyson Fury is for the 12 rounds. Is for 12 3-minute rounds. I ain't trying to hear nothing else from this guy. The guy's a waste of space. He like a female. He a big 6'9" behemoth female. He like all the drama. He like all the Instagram. Part of me wishes the Queen would die every day. Because then, you know what I mean? Or part of me wishes the Queen would die every 10 days. To keep this guy, you know what I mean? Keep this guy's mouth shut. All he does is waffle. I wouldn't mind. I'm someone who enjoys drama, yeah? I don't enjoy being cucked. I'm someone who enjoys drama, yeah? I don't enjoy people playing around. Talk your shit. I'm the first one to agree. I love people talking their shit, yeah? Talk your shit and do things. Don't just talk shit, innit? If you ain't doing nothing, I ain't trying to hear you talk shit for the sake of talking shit. And right now, Tyson Fury just talk shit. There's no follow-up whatsoever. I'd love it, yeah? Fury right now was out here saying, listen, Joyce, you big, stiff, slow tree. You're getting it December 17th. You know what I mean? Or Dubois. Listen, Dubois, you big, dopey so-and-so. You're getting it. Contract, you know what I mean? Frank got the contract. Instead, you play around with Mr. Anthony Joshua. And you're fighting this washed up bodybuilding, zesty looking ass, shaved eyebrow, shaved chest cat. Manuel Charr. Who the fuck want to watch? Who trying to hear that? No one. Despicable. And I actually want to see what the Fury Man fans have got to say on this one. I can't wait for it. Oh, AJ lost his pen. That's what's coming. 100%. AJ's lost his pen. That's what's coming from the Fury Man fans. Oh, AJ lost his pen, YB. Honestly, I saw the comments. There were certain comments, yeah. Oh, YB, tell us. Can you believe AJ's ducked this one? The fuck? How can... Wait there, Fury sets an unrealistic deadline and it's AJ who duck it. You man are super low IQ. And that's why I can't deal with the tribalism of sport. People will suck their man off, a man they don't even know, just because that's their guy, yeah, rather than looking at the evidence. And honestly, I'd rather the evidence show it's AJ. I would. I really would. If this thing was about AJ being a weirdo, yeah, but really actually, look at history. For the most part, yeah, AJ has done what he would said he'd do. As far as fighting people goes. Now, when he gets in the ring, he's no good, but I'm saying, you know what I mean? Fury, tell me a time AJ said, yeah, he'll fight someone and then don't fight them. I can't think of an example. There's been plenty of times of Fury doing it. Now, when AJ gets in the ring, is he completely useless? Absolutely. But as far as AJ's proven he will fight and lose to anyone. Yeah? He's not one of them guys who sits there and tries to work out how to defend his O. Yeah? He's happy for his O to get popped by anyone. Big juicy O. What's that, you sick? You want to pop my O? He popped it. Yeah? Pop. Simple as that. What's that, Mr. Blobby? You want to stretch my O out? Pop. Yeah? Mr. Blobby popped him straight in his O. Stretch his O right. Listen, AJ's O ended up like that. 100%. AJ's O, yeah? AJ used to be 25 and O. And then Andy Ruiz came along and popped him. And now he's 25 and a big juicy O. 100%. Anyway, get this clown Fury all the way out of it. I ain't trying to hear no more from Fury, man. Get this guy out of it. 100%.